বলবীর উন্নত মমশির we Bengali should rise up again.
A dream voyage from Sylhet in Bangladesh to far away in Los Angeles. A distance that many cannot aspire to cross in one life, he aspired. That was his dream, a dream that not only chased him during his sleep, but also kept him awake at night. Being part of the well-known Chaudhry family of landlords in Sylhet, born with a golden spoon, could be aptly said about him that this next-door village boy from Murari Chand College of Sylhet would go for higher study to Kolkata or even beyond for overseas education, becoming a name to reckon in medicine, making the name of the village stand out and shine, were probably easy guesses and on the cards. But none may have conceived that he would become one of the few iconic representatives of Bengal in the elite row of global billionaires, that he would be seated in the Hall of Fame of India's leading industrialists. Kali Pratip Chaudhry, the founder of KPC Group, the man who scaled unfathomable heights with his dream, shaping it out with his vision, organizational prowess, hard work, and impeccable execution. The boy who came to the U.S. with only $18 in his pocket, becoming the proud owner of 70 hospitals, 60 estates, and a portfolio of 26 different businesses spanning across 8 countries while providing employment for 20,000 people worldwide, is nothing short of a page out of a storybook. How was it possible?
It happens. I did not do anything special. But one thing that very childhood, whatever I decided, I did it, tried to do it. And I think that you should be confident. I'm a Bengali, and I'm very proud to be a Bengali. So why should we not do it? We should always try to do the best we can. Situation is, you have to have conviction, you have to have determination, and you need to work hard.
Once, he was declined the privilege by an American hospital, casting doubt about his qualification to work. Dejected, he vowed that day to purchase an entire hospital one day. And that was not just a blank pitch. Today, he owns not 1 or 2, but 70 hospitals. He is one of those handful of individuals who can rise from the ashes of failure to turn that into memorabilia of stupendous success.
Dr. Chaudhry came to the United States and eventually to Hemet, California in the early 1980s. He had a difficult time as a young orthopedic surgeon, obtaining privileges at the local hospital. After 9 months, he finally obtained those privileges, and many years later, he actually is the sole owner of Hemet Hospital.
One of the administrators of the hospital was very unfair, and he delayed this. So I had the guts. I got energy and power together, and I went to his office, and I told him that you've been very unfair. This is not right. Don't do it to other people. This is not the way to treat a doctor. And I said, what are you going to do? I said that I was not prepared. Like, you asked me a question, I'm talking to you. Like, he said, what are you going to do then? I said, are you going to sue me? Well, no, I won't sue you, but I will try one day to buy this hospital.
Hemet Global Medical Center, which is a hospital of one of 7 hospitals in Southern California, in the Hemet San Jacinto Valley. I want to talk a little bit about the integrated healthcare. Dr. Chaudhry's vision and leadership have created a healthcare system for the valley here, which we serve, which includes a 417-bed licensed, fully accredited hospital. And his goal, which we have achieved, is to create a campus that has all of the services on one campus. which is very successful for us in this region. The community is very appreciative of the services that Dr. Chaudhry has put into play in this valley.
I had many failure. I consider I have more failure than success. But when I fail, I got twice, 4 times, 100 times more determined to get this thing done.
He does not give up. He sees things, I think he strives to see his visions to fruition. And I see also that a lot of the times he'll see possibilities where others don't see. Everything he does, he thinks in big picture, everything has to be grand and spectacular, just like this office, Yeah, he's a magnanimous human being.
But how is KPC as a human? As an individual, does he still carefully preserve the raw smell of the mud and grass of Sylhet? Does a heavy monsoon day of Sylhet still mean much to him as it used to several decades back? Or the glitz, glamour, and wealth have transformed this unassuming, simple village boy?
I don't think that touches him that much. He keeps this this way because he comes from a royal family, and he likes to see that way. Everything he likes to see big, but it doesn't mean that he cannot live in a small place. He is like that. And he always says that I don't do this thing, God makes me do it.
He has the energy of 10 or 100 people, but all I can think about is, the legacy that he has left in terms of the family. As long as we can work together to do what one man has, I think we might have a chance of continuing his legacy.
When you think about him from an outsider, you're kind of, before you're in the family, you're amazed at what he's created, right? It's just from the outside, it seems monumental. And to think of where he came from and where he is now, it's amazing. But once you kind of come into the family, you're struck at just how normal things are, right? How it's just like so many Indian families where there is this love for each other, and I think it's remarkable how much he looks out for everybody in the family.
I have always felt that when he comes home and he sees the children, the grandchildren, that energy is amplified. And he always, anytime he has any doubts, anytime he feels a lack of energy, I think he draws energy from the family.
Making the pond bigger. And he's gonna put big koi and big catfish. I like when he gets angry at us, and when he gets angry at him, he gets his chocolate or a toy or something.
Have you seen anything living can live without the root? Because if you're a tree, the moment you cut the root, the tree will die. So we all live for the root. I know, as I earlier told you, 23 generations. So my root is very deep. I feel very strongly, as you can see. You see, I came here, Our ancestral house has been burned to ashes in what is called in Sylhet, Bangladesh by Pakistan Army in 1971. But you have seen in the pieces outside of my house, from the ashes, I took pieces out of it.
He did not chase wealth. Rather, he chased his dream. A dream so big that it almost seemed unachievable to most. But he believed in himself, kept his focus, and worked extremely hard to make that a reality. Everything else, including wealth, followed naturally. His mansion in Los Angeles, every corner, every brick of it, are carrying aspects of his dream flight.
He would be a success in anything he does, whether he's a doctor, whether he's a businessman, or whether he is an architect, whether he is a foreign minister. He's just destined to success because he is so tenacious and intelligent and has such a big heart.
Opulence is making its statement in every aspect of his presence everywhere, Los Angeles or Las Vegas. Rococo ornamentation, collector chandeliers, Baroque architecture, paintings that would put many a museum to shame, countless Rolls-Royce and Mercedes, even the corner of his residence named Chowdhury Circle, as if the landlordship of Sylhet had been lifted and recreated in Los Angeles only after magnifying manifold. This is not his inheritance. This is all built from scratch with his never-ending passion, razor-sharp focus, and his unmatched drive to thrive. Except the blue blood, he inherited nothing, achieving all of these in a single life, starting with $18 in pocket.
I really think that our forefathers, 150 years ago, we had Rabindranath Tagore, Vivekananda, Subhash Chandra Bose, you can many great people, man. But last decade, we became kind of self-destructing, too contented, more important. এদিকে আমরা খেতে পাচ্ছি না, আমরা বলছি আমার নাম তোমার নাম ভিয়েতনাম। সো এইটা আমি যখন ছাত্র ছিলাম, that's what I did. I was a student leader. And I was very concerned about Vietnam. But I was not concerned about Bengal, our culture, our Sanskriti. So I think, I'm not criticizing. This is a cycle. And I'm also responsible for this cycle. But we don't want to give that excuse of cycle. We should come out and Bolobir Unnoto Momoshir. We, Bengali, should rise up again.
বলবীর বল উন্নত মম শির শিরে নেহারে আমারই নত শির ওই শিখর হিমাদ্রির। সাফল্য শিখরে পৌঁছেও এটাই ওর বিশ্বাস যে কোনো মানুষই এই সব কিছুই অর্জন করতে পারে এক জীবনে অনায়াসে, যদি নিজের ওপর সেই বিশ্বাস থাকে, চেষ্টা থাকে, অধ্যাবসায় থাকে আর আকাশ ছুঁয়ে দেখার সেই স্বপ্নটা থাকে।